That entire day, up until school was over, the whole time, my meal tonight and my bento tomorrow were the only things on my mind. And now that I thought about it, I'm fucked. It made Mom seem amazing for planning 3 meals every day of the year. I've complained before about having the same meal in a row once in a while, but now I know how rude that was. More importantly, what am I gonna do about the punishment game tomorrow? And besides that, what am I gonna eat tonight? Boo-hoo. Keiichi-kun? Keiichi? Huh? Oh, sorry. I was just thinking about stuff. About what to make tonight? Or about the bento showdown tomorrow? She hit the mark and I couldn't find anything to say. And my facial expression made obvious the fact that she hit the mark. For tomorrow's showdown, I think that if you do your best to make a bento, you'll be fine. There's nothing superior to a bento. You tried really hard to make it all by yourself. Tomorrow's showdown is one thing, but what about dinner tonight? I might suddenly get food poisoning. Couldn't make any more bluffs. I exaggeratedly drooped my shoulders and heaved a sigh from the bottom of my gut. Man, you're a dumbass. Recording? Okay, yes. Save. Fucking next thing I know, crash. 3, 2, 1. Rena laughed in a shrill way when she saw me do that. Keiichi, you don't have any confidence in your cooking at all, do you? So I've been found out. Well, I mean, when you drop the, hey, I might get food poisoning, it kind of, shows you're not that good of a cook. If it looks like you can't do it, no matter how hard you try, you can always give Rena a call. Really? Can you cook my dinner for me? But only if you try really hard first, okay? You can't rely on others without first struggling yourself. Exactly. You can't grow otherwise. Rena seemed naive, but sometimes she was instructive. She didn't just spoil people unconditionally. Rena always seemed like an adult at these moments. If I absolutely can't do it, I'll call you. Though the chances are extremely high. Go for it, yay! You were grandstanding so much to Satoko that you have to try your best. Hey, about Satoko, how good is she at cooking? She's at least better than you. That was so direct. You destroyed all my hopes and dreams. Hit me pretty hard. You're making fun of her a lot too. Maybe you should have to struggle just a little, huh? Rena, you're pretty mean. Rena isn't all cute, all cute. Now that I've provoked Satoko that much, I couldn't just make some crummy bento. I can't believe how loose-lipped I am. Okay, bye. Good luck. On the cooking. Show everyone that you can do it if you really try. Yeah. I waved my hand absently in response. He still needs to call Mion. She'll help him out. That's the way to go. Leaving me with words of encouragement and a few pieces of super beginner advice, Rena disappeared past the trees. It's a nice place to end it right there. Not gonna end the episode there because that's stupid. Next chapter. God, that'd be terrible if like the sections were that small. Well, it said it's the shortest one. So I wonder what they define as the shortest one. Like 10 hours, 20 hours, 24 hours. Fine, I'm desperate, so what? I may not know the ABCs of navigation, and I have neither a sea chart nor a compass. But still, one idiot is taking on the ocean of the Great Cooking Age alone. And his name is Keiichi Maebara. Let's go. Time to cook. My enthusiasm is peerless. If energy and recklessness was all it took, I could take over the world. However, it doesn't. There are plenty of things in the world that can't be achieved with resolution alone. And cooking was probably the top contender. And also taking over the world is also probably on that list. Therefore, even if it was hastily prepared knowledge, I wanted something to help me. I made up my mind and fished through the kitchen cabinets. I was on the hunt for a cookbook. My mom should have had a few of them. For a complete amateur like me, the first thing I needed was information. Just like he who would cross the oceans needed a compass. If you have a cookbook and know all the ingredients, you're good. You very seldom can go wrong if you actually read a recipe to the fullest. For me, a cookbook was absolutely indispensable. Oh, here's one. Its worn out, wrinkled cover made it feel somehow reliable. Okay, as long as I've got this, well, it's easier to give it a shot than think about it, right? Anyone can concoct the taste of a gourmet chef as long as they have a cookbook. Cookbooks are great. And as such optimistic thoughts filled my chest, I flew through the pages. However... Whoa. It played with technical terminology like toys. I just couldn't see how to actually make things. You knew it all along, Keiichi Maebaro. If anyone could make delicious food just by reading a book, then there would be no such jobs as a gourmet chef in the first place. First off, it calls for 3 teaspoons. But which spoon is that? God. He legit knows nothing. Yeah, he's fucked. He's fucked. And keeps saying to use however much you like. I want all of it. How much exactly are you supposed to use? However much you like. Which usually just means either a little or a little bit more than the littlest amount you could add. Stop using such obscure expressions. It's better than a pinch of salt. Because, my fingers are larger than, say, a 12-year-old's. Their pinch of salt is smaller than my pinch of salt, so it's a lot different. Is that a 3-finger pinch? 2-finger pinch? Or 3-finger? 3-finger, 4-finger, 2-finger pinch? Who fuck knows? That's why I hate those. I do hate the vague parts of it. I like the formulaic, just like, boom, 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 this is the exact amount you add. Don't deviate from this. That's the best part. Oh, stop using such obscure expressions. Strain out the water in a colander. Add salt and pepper to taste. To add taste. What the heck is a colander? You're a dumbass. And strain it out like stretching? You can't stretch water droplets like meat. And besides, how much salt and pepper is supposed to be anyway? Ugh. Aren't there any beginner-friendly guides in here? It won't do any good to yell. Cool off, Keiichi. Think calmly, calmly. If I was in his positions, I wouldn't be panicking. I would just be diligently moving along to doop-de-doop-de-doop. And slow, just cooking, because it's not hard. I mean, some teaspoon, okay. Usually it labels teaspoon on it. And if not, it's easy to tell what a teaspoon versus a tablespoon is. For now, I'll leave the side dish until after. The rice is more important. I have to cook the rice or I can't start. I know a little about how to cook rice. I didn't cook it with my camping kit when camping all the time for nothing. I'll wash the rice. That should be enough water. And which switch is it? Is it this button? Oh, the lamp turned on. Yeah, fully automatic rice cookers are one of the 3 sacred treasures after all. Now, pleased by the rice cooker set, I pulled myself together and decided to take on the miso soup next. The miso soup I made at day camp was all the instant kind after all. What should be fine if I just melted the miso into hot water, no doubt. I'll boil the water and put in the miso. Huh? What should I put in? Let's see here. Use the proper amount according to the number of people in your taste. Enough with the vague expressions. Fine, then I'll put in the proper amount. I crushed the bag of miso in my fist and put half of its contents into the pot. Was this really okay? I think that's a little too hearty. Well, I mean, there's gonna be, what, 5 people eating it? Yeah, 5 people eating it. And you'll probably want it a little heavier. Well, a little on the heavier side anyway with 5 people. I don't know how much is used per person though. They do say miso soup is best when it tastes strong. They say that a lot about a lot of things, and they're not always right. Come to think of it, my mom's miso soup is a little thin. Maybe I'd like it better with this much in it. I said it aloud as if trying to convince myself. Then convinced by my own words, I nodded to myself. Alright, the rice and miso soup are probably fine. Next, the side dish. But what should I make? Something I could make that would add color to the meal. That's it, why don't I stir fry some vegetables? Oh, you're fucked. You're gonna burn the fucking house down. You can eat vegetables raw too, and they won't die just from a little bit of fire. I was so cute then, not realizing that the level of my thoughts had fallen from what would look great in a meal to what would be easy to make. There were quite a few vegetables in the refrigerator. What kind of vegetables go in a stir fry? Bean sprouts, cabbage, chives, onions. Can you put a cucumber and lettuce in? Man, you're a dumbass motherfucker. You need something to give it some flavor, some spices in there. You know, put a couple peppers in there. You know, something good to give it a bite, something to hold it together. This is bland shit. Like, the onions are good. I mean, cabbage? Bean sprouts? Come on, man. Lettuce? No. For now, I grabbed a nearby cutting board, cut them into chunks, and tossed them into a wok. This has gotten pretty exciting. He's gonna cut his fucking hand open. It's the true worth of a man's cooking. Hey, this is actually getting kind of fun. All of a sudden, there was a pile of vegetables in the wok. Alright, next is the salad oil. Went the salad oil. It'd be more exciting if I filled it to the brim. No, you're not. You're not filling it to the brim. You're not doing that. Don't do that. No. No. Oops, pit leaked out. Oh my god. Well, no point in worrying about something so minor. You're fucking dead. You're gonna set the goddamn house on fire. The great Keiji Mayabaro's cooking is exciting. Okay, let's turn on the heat. Don't do it. There you go, everything. Whew. Everything. The salad oil filling the wok into the brim caught fire and flames reached up to the sky. Amazing! Maybe I can be an Iron Chef too. Oh god, you're a dumbass. Yes, this is what Iron Chefs do. Come on, just... Who doesn't do that as an Iron Chef? Just fill up a wok with oil and set it on fire. Fuck it. What if I'm really good at cooking with fire? No, you're not. Those words were spoken by delusion. I was saying something outrageously careless, but when the words came out, they sort of convinced me. Yes, I am an Iron Chef. Oh, hot. Right as the crazy pillar flame started to burn in the ceiling, I finally realized that the fabulous cooking before my eyes had culminated into an actually life-threatening disaster. Wait, what? Could I have been doing something insane? The force of the flame grew stronger and stronger. Wait, what? Ah! What in the world are you doing? You must stop the flames this instant. Thwack. Something forcibly struck me in the back of the head. I don't know who's talking. I had just assumed someone just broke into my fucking house. Oh, hey, look, children. I'm glad children are breaking into my home. Seriously, how the hell did they get in? I didn't invite them over. Honestly, did I? I don't remember it. When I turned around to see what was going on, to my surprise I saw Satoko and Rika there. Huh? Satoko? Rika? How the fuck did you get in my home? That's not important right now. You're burning something. How did you get in my home? As I stood in wonder at their unexpected entrance, Satoko shoved me out of the way and turned off the gas. Yeah, he deserves to fucking die. Just let him burn his house down. Then Rika got a towel, soaked it in water, spread it out, and placed it over the pot. Well, I mean, you also probably could have just grabbed a metal lid and just put it on top of it. And actually, the water probably wouldn't do anything at all since it's a grease and oil fire. She continued to soak more towels and put a second one on and then a third. Once a whole bunch were piled on, the fire finally stopped. All of it had happened in a few moments. Having avoided a huge fire by a hair's breadth, the three of us gasped for air. Wait, what are you doing in my house? You're trespassing on private property. Thank you. Fucking weird-ass kids. Yes, well, Keiichi, you've been caught red-handed in the act of arson. It was just about to turn into a huge building fire, wasn't it? It would be very, very sad if Keiichi was homeless after this. I can move in with Mio. It would be all fine. After pretending to be an Iron Chef, I finally began to take in the situation. That you're a complete dumbass. I can't fathom how stupid he is. Ugh. So that was really about to set the house on fire? Yeah, you dumbass. You never want to fuck with the oil and fire, because it can get out of hand really fucking quickly. Is that not obvious? Just look at it. The ceiling is all sooty, isn't it? Chimneys are the only thing that should be sooty. Satoko is seriously mad at me. Because you could have died. I didn't know that. Who would have thought? Maybe they saved my life. If you're a dumbass and would have actually stayed there, thinking you were under control, you should die. In other news, this child thought he was an Iron Chef and ended up dying. Like a dumbass. According to what they said. I was so absorbed in my fiery cooking that I hadn't noticed when Satoko and Rika rang the doorbell. Doesn't mean they can come in. But they could tell someone was home, so they came in to check. The fuck? Thank goodness they did. No. That's creepy. Sorry. I don't like just random people being able to walk into my home. No, fuck that. I would be yelling at them. I don't give a fuck if I would have died. I'd rather die than people knowing they can walk into my home. If Satoko and I hadn't come, the fire engines would have been going wee-woo right now. Yes, wee-woo. Keiichi, do you understand how serious this was? At some point, I had sat down on my knees as I listened obediently. I'm sorry. You saved my life. We thought we would come and see what a fabulous dinner you made, but as we thought, it's a mess. At this rate, we won't even need to look at your bento. You're mean. So you and Rika came all this way just to see what I'd make for dinner? Us being mean saved your house and your life. Is that not something to take to heart? Oh yes, I'd be sorry, Satoko. At this point, having shown them such a disaster, I couldn't exactly make any more bluffs. I'd completely surrendered. And yet you tried really hard on the curry. Where did the Keiichi from back then go? Jeez. I had all our underclassmen help me then, and just borrowed entire pots from the other teens. I didn't really cook anything. Well, you were until she fucked you over. Keiichi, you cheated. You cheated first. Geez, you might have been doing what our club usually does, but that was terrible. Pouring salt into the other team's pots seemed far more terrible to me. But Satoko was in control right now, so I couldn't respond. I obediently hang my head to her. By the way, Keiichi, this terrible pot. This wasn't supposed to be miso soup, was it? Satoko stared at the pot, totally full of miso, with an awful expression. So I really did get the amount wrong. Judging by the look on Satoko's face, whatever was in the pot couldn't be called miso anymore. Forget the miso soup, the rice should be cooking just fine. Rice cookers these days are pretty convenient. It should be just about done. Meep. It's not cooked. See, the inside is still all watery. He didn't plug it in, please tell me that. Huh? What? But I switched it on, the little light came on. Keiichi, the button you pushed was the timer button, okay? It's set for breakfast, so it won't turn on until tomorrow morning. What the fuck? How does it even know that? Ugh! So then what? In the end, I don't have a side dish or miso soup, or even rice? I couldn't make anything myself. Ha 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 ha! It serves you right. So, have you finally realized your place? Come, admit it. Say it. I, Keiichi Maebaro, am all bark and much crummier cook than Satoko Hojo. Ugh. I'm a terrible person and a crummier cook than Satoko. I beg your forgiveness. Ugh. God, I fainted in agony. God, you're terrible. You're the worst cook. Get out of here. Rika pat my head, satisfied at the sight. And Satoko laughed loudly in triumph. Ugh, I've completely lost. Yeah, you're fucked. In the end, I talked big, but couldn't make a single dish adequately. At this rate, I'll go without dinner. And tomorrow morning, no breakfast and no bento for lunch either. I didn't know how many days it would be before my parents returned, but at this rate, without a doubt, I'll starve to death. Meep. Of course, I'll have no bento tomorrow either. Meep. I'm sure to get the punishment game tomorrow. Ugh. Meep. Rika kept on patting my head with a smile on her face that couldn't possibly get any bigger. Oh, you're too fucking adorable. Satoko, completely appalled at how unsightly I looked, heaved a heavy sigh. Adult men are just so pathetic, aren't they? He is not a fucking adult. There is no way. Come on. Please move yourself out of the way. As I sobbed like a little bitch that Keiichi is, Satoko, displeased, brushed me aside, dumped the remains of the miso soup into the sink then began to rinse out the pot. Don't worry about it, Satoko. I can at least clean up after my own mess. I couldn't have Satoko clean up the cooking utensils I had made a mess of. No, have fun with that, I don't give a fuck. Fuck Satoko. But when I tried to stop her, Rika pulled on my clothes. Keiichi, you can just be silent and watch. She grinned as she said it. Be quiet and watch. What are you saying, Rika? You're an idiot, and I don't want you to fuck anything up. You dumbass. Thank you, Rika. She meant just what she said. Keiichi, just be quiet and leave this to me. Satoko turned around, declared seemingly bothered. As if to say that amateurs should keep their hands off. Or amateurs, I don't know. Who the fuck cares how that's pronounced? Honestly, it means the same thing. Her annoyed expression was a little scary. Oh, did I miss that last part? No, okay, I didn't. Leave what to you? Satsuko didn't answer. Instead, she spun back around and began to rifle through the pots in the refrigerator. Hey, wait, don't mess with them too much. If you turn the place inside out, Mom might get mad at me later. You almost burned down the fucking house. Get over it. Would you just be quiet already? Men aren't supposed to enter the kitchen. Rika? Aye, aye, sir. Satoko snapped her fingers and Rika got on her tiptoes, grabbed me by the back of my neck and started dragging me away. Ah! Oh well. Leaving Satoko alone in the kitchen, Rika dragged me back into the living room. Hey, stop, Rika. Let me go already. If we leave it to Satoko, the kitchen will be a disaster. Satoko came to see how she beat you today. It's her revenge. Revenge? Couldn't think of it. Her face looked kinda grim. Eventually from the kitchen there was the sound of a faucet being twisted and a stove dial being turned. I began to hear the nostalgic sounds that made me envision dinner time. The refrigerator opening and closing, ingredients being cut on the chopping board. What did that mean? Was she cooking? No, she's making a bomb. Keiichi made fun of her quite a lot. Satoko wanted to show you that she can cook proper meals too. Ugh, just listening to it like this. There haven't been any sounds of blood spilling or bursting or explosions. At this point at least, she had proven she was a more skillful cook than me. In the cooking showdown with Satoko Hojo vs Keiichi Maebaro, it looked like victory had already been decided. I recalled Satoko's slightly annoyed expression from before. I was making fun of Satoko too much today, wasn't I? No, not enough. Is she holding a grudge? We were just provoking each other with our usual back and forth. But I also think I might have overdid it. At the very least, I shouldn't have made fun of Satoko, who could cook for herself when I'd never cooked other than for recreation before. Satoko isn't holding very much of a grudge. But she came all the way to my house and pushed her way in. She's gotta be mad. I quietly took a peek into the kitchen. She definitely looked different than the usual bird-brained Satoko. Her eyes were sharp and her movements were brisk, to the point where it was a little scary. Then she must have noticed me because she turned around and shot me an annoyed glare. I cringed in fear and hesitantly pulled my head back out. She's mad. She's totally mad. See, he recognizes when a child's upset, but when Mion is basically borderline crying in front of him, he's like, oh, I don't notice a thing. Fucking goddamn dumbass. Oh, you pissed me off. How will she take revenge on me? That's just Satoko being serious because she doesn't want to fail. She isn't angry or anything. How can you say she isn't angry? I've never seen Satoko be this frightening. Keiichi, I can hear that, you know. Sorry. I jumped at Satoko's angry outburst and faced towards the kitchen. I felt exactly like a kid who had done something bad and gotten called to the teacher's lounge. Where do you keep the miso? The refrigerator is so big that I don't see any of it anywhere. I'm sorry, the miso it's on the middle shelf in the refrigerator at the back left of the lower rack. What is this? You need to close the miso package after you finish with it. You don't... Oh my god, he didn't close the stuff after using it? Dude, that's how it goes. That's how it gets, like, stale, rotten, anything. The second you leave it open to the air, you're fucked. It's getting the inside of the refrigerator dirty, isn't it? I'm sorry. Before I can look for something to wipe it up with, Satoko wiped it off with the wet dish towel. I swear, how are men so bad at cleaning up after themselves? Oh, don't you paint with a broad brush, bitch. I mean, my room isn't the best, but I mean, I still clean up after myself. I'm not a goddamn pig. I shudder to think that you'll become an adult like this. Ugh. I couldn't talk back to Satoko today. The only thing I could do was obediently lower my head and apologize. As Satoko nitpicked and I apologized, a good smell began to fill the kitchen. This is how you prepare the miso for the soup. You scoop a little out with a ladle and break it up with chopsticks. It's important to add a little at a time and keep tasting it. Dumping the entire thing into the pot is absolutely outrageous. I'm sorry, I never paid much attention in home ec class. You're pathetic. I swear. Men. Grumble, grumble. I cowered at her annoyed-sounding muttering, but looking at her like this, she seemed quite good at cooking. It had just been overshadowed by Rena and Rika's artistic abilities. Satoko's skills were clearly enough to get passing marks. Don't you fucking leave out Mion in that. She's amazing. Hey, if you have time to zone out like that, then you can go set the table. Rika and I will be eating too, so set 3 places. Fuck you! On it. Well, to be fair, she is cooking Keiichi's food, because he's inept. I hastily took a 3 people's worth of dishes and such from the cabinets and headed to the dining room. When I returned there, I could hear laughter from a variety show on the television. Rika was sprawled out on the couch watching television and relaxing. When she noticed me putting the dishes out on the table, she came scampering up. Dinner time is soon. Dinner time at Keiichi's house. Nipa. Rika, you're in a good mood. That's a pretty big difference from Satoko. Satoko isn't in a bad mood at all. She's enjoying herself more than she has in a long time. Enjoying herself? Seriously? Yeah, because she gets to hold everything over your fucking head now. That's why. She likes how she was with her... Nii-Nii was with her. It really has been a long time since I've seen Satoko like she's having so much fun. Nii-Nii? The heck is a Nii-Nii? Is that a sound cats make? I don't know. That's why I paused. Nii-Nii means brother. Satoko's older brother. Satoko's older brother. He's named Satoshi. Oh, the guy that went away. That ran away from home. Have you heard his name before? Satoshi. Satoshi Hojo. Maybe I have, maybe I haven't. At least he didn't go to our school. Satoshi, huh? Satoko's older brother. I'm glad they stepped up their music game. I mean, the first one's music was kind of meh. Second one, it was good. Third one, it's good too. Their music game is definitely... You can tell the quality and the budget has been increased a bit. That's the first time I've heard of him. She had a brother, huh? I didn't know that. She does have one. Saying that, Rika grinned even more brightly and went Nii-Pa again. When Satoko was with Satoshi, she always looked like she was having fun, just like this. It really has been a long time since I've seen Satoko enjoying herself this much. However I looked at it, she seemed to be in a bad mood. But her good friend Rika was saying that it was actually the opposite. Is she really enjoying herself? She must be remembering the time she spent with her Nii-Nii. It's nostalgic. Nostalgic. Huh. Then does he live apart from Satoko? Maybe Satoko's older brother Satoshi is actually a lot older than her. He must have gone off on his own and was living by himself far away. All I know is he disappeared, which I assume he ran away from home. Fuck that shit. That's what I would do. Fuck it. I don't want to deal with this weird-ass village with a bunch of killings anymore. Oh, especially if he was trying to put the moves on Mion. Fuck him. Screw you. You can go die in a hole. If you were still around, I'd get Keiichi to kill your ass. Satoko seems like she got along well with this Satoshi God damn it. With this Satoshi person. She did. The two of them got along very well. She spread her arms wide to demonstrate the width of how well they got along. Oh my god, that's adorable. Stop it. God, whenever children do that, it's like, aw, that's cute. According to Rika, Satoko supported her docile, slightly unreliable older brother through nagging. That was their relationship. I see. This certainly applied to the current situation. We had me, unreliable, unable to cook even a single dish properly, and Satoko, who redid it while scolding me. Could Satoko have been getting a glimpse of her brother, who now lived far away from him, through me? That's kind of weird. I don't like being anyone's older brother. Ugh. I don't want to be projected into that because I don't want to have to live up to their standards. Because I have a feeling if I do something bad, then it's going to be like, oh, why don't you do this? That's just me. So she would always nitpick whatever Satoshi did. But she firmly supported him and they got along well. But we're getting some backstory of who this guy is. We really haven't known much about him. Only that it's her brother. So I'm glad we're getting something out of him. Something new information. Oh, he had a baseball bat as well. And in the first chapter, both of them were following the same route. Though I don't think he killed Rena and Mio in that one. So that's where it diverges a bit. Say she was the one. She suggested we should go to Keiichi's house. She thought there's no way the unreliable Keiichi could possibly make dinner. We need to go make it for him. Then she didn't come here to get revenge or to get even or anything like that. Man, this music, it's gonna make me cry, man. Only if this was Mio, actually, would I? Then it would really be getting to me. She couldn't leave you alone. Even now, Satoko is a proper little sister. I was an only child. I didn't know how it felt to have siblings. Of course, I've never had a little sister like Satoko. But I felt like in this moment I was an older brother obediently and helplessly being looked after by her. Without any teasing or messing around, I'm going to give thanks for her trouble. That's why I honestly thought. Keiichi, do you know where on earth the ladle is? Oh, sorry. The ladle should be in the drawer to your right. I ran into the kitchen, got the ladle out of the drawer, and offered it to Satoko. It's all done. Have you put the bowls out and things? Have you put the bowls and things out? Yeah. Everything's a-okay. Then let us have our meal. Rika, it's time for dinner. Me. I heard Rika's effervescent voice coming from the dinner table. Dining room. Don't know where I got any of that from dinner table into dining table. What the fuck? I don't even know. Whoa, wow. Satoko turned off the gas flame on the stove and lifted up the pot of miso soup. Could you bring the rice cooker, Keiichi? Be careful not to flip it over, alright? Alright, I'll be careful. Oh god. Don't be a dumbass, don't be a dumbass, don't be a dumbass, don't be a dumbass. I can carry rice cookers fine, just fine without being warned about it. Thought about replying like that, but I decided not to. No mean words or witty retorts today.